Cheers from
Good morning children, welcome to the English class. In today's session we are going to continue the same chapter from your grammar book, that is chapter number 10, Verbs Tenses. As I have already explained you, tenses tells us about the time of an action, when the action has been done. In my yesterday's video I have already explained you verbs in the present tense. Now in this video we are going to understand about verbs in the past tense. Children, you all know the meaning of past tense. Past tense means action which has already done in the past time. Okay. So, verbs in the past tense express an event that was completed in the past. Means the action which has already been completed in the past time. Here you can see this we have already studied in our previous video. Now today we are going to study about the past tense. For example, we danced a lot at my uncle's wedding. And the second sentence is, I finished my homework yesterday. In the first sentences we are talking about uncle's wedding that has been already taken place in the past. So here the verb dance has become danced. Spelling of danced will be D-A-N-C-E-D. Okay. Now in the second sentence, I finished my homework yesterday. We are talking about yesterday, the day which has already gone. Okay children, so here the verb finish has become finished as we have added ed to the verb finished. Now children, remember that we make the past tense form by adding d or ed to the present form of the verb. Okay children, I repeat this once again. We make the past tense form by adding d or ed to the present form of the verb. Here you can see I have written some examples. In the present form we write like, but when we will talk about the past, we will just add d to the word like, so it will become liked. L-I-K-E-D, liked. Wait. In the present form, we say wait. But when we will talk about the past, we will just add ed to the verb wait. So it will become waited. Spelling of waited will be W-A-I-T-E-D. Now here is the example given to you. In the present form, we will say bake. But when we will talk about the past, the word will become baked. We will just add d to the verb bake, so it will become baked. B-A-K-E-D, baked. Now the next is ask. When we will talk about the past, ask will become asked. We will just add ed to the verb ask, so it will become asked. A-S-K-E-D, asked. So remember that we make the past tense form by adding d or ed to the present form of the verbs. Now here are some more verbs given to you that end in y, and we change the y to I and we add ed. I repeat this once again. For some verbs that end with y, we just change the y. We drop the letter y and instead of y we will add I and we will add ed also. Here are examples given to you. Let us understand with these examples. Now here, try. When we will add I, first we will drop this letter y. Means we will remove this y and instead of y we will add I and ed. So the word will become T-R-I-E-D. Try it. Now here, another example is given to you. Fry. F-R-Y, fry. In the present form, fry. But when we will convert it in the past tense, it will become fry. Means we have to drop the letter y and we will add I and ed. Okay children, instead of y we will add I and we will add ed. So it will become fried. F-R-I-E-D, fried. Now cry. The same situation is there. At the end you can see Y. So we will remove this Y and we will add I instead of Y. And then we will add ed to the verb. So cry will become cried. C-R-I-E-D, cried. The next is dry. D-R-Y, dry. So we will drop the letter Y. We will remove this Y and we will add I and we will add ed. So dry will become dry. The past form of dry is dry. D-R-I-E-D, dry. So children, I hope that you have understood these rules very well. Again I am repeating it. We make the past tense form by adding D or ed to the present form of the verb. And for some verbs that end with Y, we change the Y and to I and we add ed. Understood children? Now on the basis of this, exercise number D is given to you. Keep these points in your mind so that it will become easier for you to solve this exercise. Okay children? Now read question number D. Fill in the blanks with the correct past tense form of the verbs in the brackets. Now here there was a rat in the kitchen. A cat dashed it. Now the present form of the verb is given to you, that is chase. You have to convert this chase into the past tense. Okay, as we are talking about there was a rat. So we are talking about past. So the verb will also become in past. Chase will become chased. We will just add D to the verb chase. C-H-A-S-E-D. So the verb will become chased. There was a rat in the kitchen. A cat chased it. Now the next sentence is given to you here is Shobna dashed until she was tired. Means Shobna was tired, then also she was dancing. Now see here, in the bracket verb is given to you is dance. Now here dance will convert into danced. So here you will write D-A-N-C-E-D, danced. So the sentence will be Shobna danced until she was tired. She was tired. Children, remember that we use was and were in the past tense. Okay? And here we are talking about Shobna, that is singular. So in singular form we will always use was. Okay? When we talk about singular noun we use was. The third is the passengers on the bus dash the conductor for their tickets. Now here the verb is given to you is request. So what is the past form of request? We will just add ed to the verb request. So it will become requested. R-E-Q-U-E-S-T-E-D, requested. So the passengers on the bus requested the conductor for their tickets. Fourth is, I met the principal and dash about your problem. Now here the verb is given to you is talk. So what is the past form of the verb talk? Yes, talk will become talk. We will just add ed to the verb talk. So it will become talk. The sentence is, I met the principal and talked about your problem. Now the fifth sentence is given to you here is the fill dash only after we sat down. Now here the past form of sit is given to you, that is sat. So what is the past form of start? Yes, the past form of start will be started. We will just add ed to the verb S-T-A-R-T-E-D, started. So the sentence is the fill started only after we sat down. Now the sixth question is given to you. My mother dashed some ointment on my wound. Now children, observe this, apply. What is the spelling of apply? Y. So what I have explained you, for some verbs that end in Y, we change the Y to I and add ed to the verb. So here you can see the verb is ending with Y. So what we will do? We will change the Y into I and we will add ed to the verb. So here the spelling will become A-double-P-L-I-E-D. So remember that whenever a verb is ending with Y and when we have to change it into the past tense, we will always change the Y into I and then we will add ed to the verb. So here the spelling will become A-double-P-L-I-E-D, apply. My mother applied some ointment on my wound. Now the second question here is, the boys dash television the whole of yesterday evening. Now here the verb is given to you, that is watch. What is the past form of the word watch? Yes, W-A-T-C-H-E-D, watched. We will just add ed to the verb watch, so it will become watched. So the sentence is, the boys watched television the whole of yesterday evening. Now 8th question is given to you here is, even when I was 2 years old, I dash my teeth twice a day. Here a verb is given to you is brush. What is the past form of the word brush? Yes, brush will become brushed. B-R-U-S-H-E-D, brushed. We will just add ed to the word brush, so it will become brushed. Now the 9th one is, she dashed a lot when she got hurt. So here the verb is given to you is cry. C-R-Y, cry. Now observe children, this spelling is ending with Y. So remember that we always add I in place of Y and we add ed to the verb. So here cry will become cry. As you can see, I have changed the letter Y into I and I have added ed to the verb. So cry will become cried. C-R-I-E-D, cried. So the sentence is, she cried a lot when she got hurt. 10th question is, Aunt Seema dash Mr. Brown. Here the verb is given to you is marry. Now what is the past form of the verb marry? Again the verb is ending with Y. So you will drop the letter Y and instead of Y you will put I and add ed. So marry will become married. M-A-R-R-I-E-D. Married. So the sentence is, Aunt Seema married Mr. Brown. Now the 11th question is given to you here is, my father plays tennis every day. Yesterday he dashed for 2 hours. Now we are talking about yesterday, means a day which has already gone, means we are talking about the past time. So here the verb given to you is play. What is the past form of the word play? Yes, play will become played. So here you will write P-L-A-Y-E-D, play. Now the last question of this, question number D is, it was very cold yesterday. We dashed all the windows. Now here again we are talking about the past time, that is yesterday, the day which has already gone. So here we will use the past tense of close. What is the past tense of the word close? Yes, close will become closed. C-L-O-S-E-D, closed. So the sentence here is, it was very cold yesterday. We closed all the windows. So children, I hope that you have understood this question number D very well. Now remember that we make the past tense form by adding D or ed to the present form of the verbs, and for some verbs that end in Y, we change the Y to I and we add ed. So children, I hope that it is clear to you. Now in this video I am going to explain you about the irregular verbs which are used in the past tense and when they are irregular verbs. First of all, let me explain you what are irregular verbs. A verb in which the past tense is not formed by adding the d or ed at the end. Okay? All irregular verbs have vowels in them, and for some irregular verbs the past tense is formed by changing the vowel in them. Now children, irregular verbs are the verbs which in the past tense they are not formed by adding d or ed. Okay? Firstly, the irregular verbs have vowels in them, or all irregular verbs have vowels in them. As you can see here, I have written this sing. You can see here I is vowel, isn't it? So when sing will become, what is the past form of sing? Past form of sing is sang. Here you can see I have changed the vowel I to a. So in the past tense, sing will become sang. So all irregular verbs have vowels in them, and for some irregular verbs, the past tense is formed by changing the vowel. As one example I have given to you, sing, sang. Then here you can see one more example, drink, drank. The present form is drink and the past form is drank. So here you can see I have changed the vowel I into a in the past form. So drink will become drank. Here also you can see swim, swam. Here I have changed I to a in the past form. So swim will become swam in the past form. So children, next is some irregular verbs end with t in the past tense. Here the present form is given to you spend. And what is the past form of the verb spend? Yes, spend will become spend. So here you can observe that irregular verb spend end with t in the past form. So one more example is there, lose will become lost. Here also in the past form, instead of e we have added t. Sleep, slept. Sleep, slept. So children, here few more examples I have given, drink, drank, go, went. Some of the irregular verbs change their complete spelling. Here you can see go has become went. Here you can see eat has become and. So by explaining this, I hope that irregular verbs are clear to you. Now on the basis of these, I have given one question number D in your book. It is already been given in the book. Open your books. Here the question is given to you. Fill in the blanks with the correct past tense form of the irregular verbs given in the brackets. Now here in this paragraph, in the every blank is having options. You can see in the bracket options are given to you, and you have to choose the correct past tense form of irregular verb. Okay. Now my brother and I dashed to my grandfather's farm last month. Here we are talking about the past. Okay, so what is the past form of past form? Which is the correct past form? Go or went? Yes, go will come under the category of present form, and the past form of go will be went. So here the answer will be W-E-N-T, went. We dash in the pond. Swim, swam. Which is the correct answer? Yes, swam is the correct past tense of swim. We dash a lot of fresh vegetables. Ate or eat? Which is the correct past form of this? Yes, A-T-E. The past form of eat will be ate. A-T-E, ate. Vegetables and dash milk. What is the correct answer here? Drink or drank? Yes, drank. The past form of drink will be drank. We dash with my grandmother. Sleep or slept? Yes, slept is the correct past form of sleep. Who dash a lullaby to us every night? The correct answer here is sang. Past tense of sing will be sang. We also a thank you note for our grandparents. Now children, here after this we also blank is given to you. Now here you will write wrote. The correct past tense of write will be wrote. We also wrote a thank you note for our grandparents. So children, I hope that you have understood. Once again I am explaining it. Irregular verbs are the verbs in which the past tense is not formed by adding d or ed at the end. Okay. All irregular verbs have vowel in them, and some irregular verbs the past tense is formed by changing the vowel. Here you can see sing has become sang. Here the vowel has changed I to a. Okay. Some irregular verbs end with t in the past tense. Spend will become spent, and lose will become lost, sleep will become slept. Few examples I have written here: drink, drank, go, went, swim, swam, write, wrote, eat, ate. So children, I hope that this irregular verbs is clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.